Welcome, everyone. And today's topic, unlimited disinterest, foundation for inner change, the true foundation for inner change. So all of you are all Baba's children and all are Brahmin children. And so all of us, I know, are on this path for three main reasons. One is love for Baba. Two is the love for the self. And three is because we want to transform ourselves. All of us here right now took this path or are on this path since some time now because deeply, truly, we want to transform ourselves. We want to be more kinder. We want to be more peaceful. We wanted to be more happy. This was before taking the knowledge also. We wanted all these things. We wanted to be more compassionate. We wanted to be more giving. Everything that Baba is trying to make us now, isn't it? That's why we are here. And we know that the more we are listening to Murlis, the more we are remembering Baba, the more we're trying to do what Baba is asking us to do, we are becoming that. Slowly, we are becoming more kinder. We are becoming more peaceful. Yeah. And we have always wanted it, and that's how we are here. And it's not just this one birth. But this has been going on since the past 2,500 years. We've been asking that. We've been wanting for it and we've been searching for it. Because somewhere deep down, we've believed that, yes, this is not the true me. This is not the true life that I want to lead. The true me is that pure self. And that's why whenever we've gone to the deities and doing whatever, whether we did idol worship or whether we believed in, we went to the idol of Jesus or whoever else, it was basically to get back to our own pure self, to get back to our own loving self, giving self. That was why we have been trying to search of how to get there. Yeah. And deep down, we knew that it was only God who would get us back there. And that's why through the rest of the births we've done it, though some of us might have not done the believing in God right now in this birth, but most of us, all of us have done it in the previous births. So here we are now, all of us, we have finally gotten to know him, the Supreme Soul, the one who's the highest and high, the one who's going to give or is giving me the highest on high wisdom, the highest on high knowledge. He's not only giving me the knowledge, which is highest on high, which no other human being on this earth can give me, but he's also giving me the powers so that I can apply that wisdom in my life and become that most elevated human being that I always wanted to become. And somewhere deep down inside me, I knew I had the faith that I can become that. And also the faith that it's only God who's going to make me that. And so here I am today. I've become Baba's child. the Supreme Soul's child. And he's absolutely not just making me a little more kinder, a little more compassionate, a little more giving, but you know what they say about God, right? When you ask God something, be careful what you ask because you will get it big time. And in India, they say that when God gives, जब भगवान देता है छप्पर फाड़ के देता है, means when God gives, he gives you so much that from top he's giving you. And so the roof of your house will break. He'll give you so much. And so we've asked for transformation. And so now he's telling us, he is guiding us and he's giving us the powers to transform ourselves so very deeply, which we would have never even dreamt of. He gives us this beautiful and powerful knowledge, which makes us go deep within us and remove any rubbish that we have within us, remove anything that disempowers us, remove all the impurities from us, to understand what vices are and how they affect us, to remove all that and to take in all the divinity within us. He makes us so very divine, which we never thought that, you know, what vices were all about and how they affect us so deeply and what each and every vice does to us and what does each and every spiritual power and virtue does to us. I mean, he makes us go deeper and deeper and deeper and takes it all out of us. So we are getting all that, much more than what we had ever thought of. And now he's telling us we have to become those elevated beings, those completely divine and completely pure and peaceful beings, the deities. And one of the things that he talks about for this transformation is unlimited disinterest. Every day, even though he might not use those words in the Murli, unlimited disinterest, but every day, have you realized that he's telling us every day to have unlimited disinterest? Every day he's telling us, forget the old world, forget the old body, forget your old relations, forget what's happening out in the outside world. This is not our world. This is what he's telling in each and every Murli. Every Murli he has, this old world is going to finish. Everything that you see with your physical eyes is going to get over, finish. It's not going to be the way you see it now. This is, he's asking us to be disinterested, unlimited disinterest. Until I am not practicing unlimited disinterest, there's not going to be any transformation happening within me. Why? Because the minute I have interest in anything outside, in this old world that's happening, my mind and intellect is pulled towards it. Anything that I have interest in, the mind and intellect is pulled towards it. I start creating thoughts about that particular thing that I'm interested in. And so then am I remembering Baba? No. Am I practicing soul consciousness? Am I making the effort? Are my thoughts running towards soul consciousness? No. Because it's constantly into the outside world. Outside world as in the outside relationships, It's not just what's happening in the outside world, whether this war is happening or that war is happening or natural calamities happening. That is one factor, but also constantly about who's doing what. What are they saying about me? What are they doing right now? This is an interest that we are creating in what they are doing, how they are doing it. And then, of course, one of the biggest thing is what are they saying about me? How do they feel about me? So, is my mind and intellect creating these kind of thoughts? Is it running towards all these things? Or am I able to put a full stop to all these thoughts and put my thoughts into Baba? Yes, of course, your thoughts are going to run also into the tasks that you have to do, whether it's your job, whether it's your family. You have to cook for your family, you have to feed your family, you have to think of the studies of your family, your children. You have to do all those things. So, one is the mind and intellect running towards these things, which are necessary. And the other is it running to the the things of, oh, is this person talking badly about that person, and am I interested in those kind of conversations where people are, what Baba says, gossiping? Is my mind and intellect pulled towards too much of what's happening with my body, or what's happening with any of my, what we term as, in Lokik wise, near and dear ones? So much so that I'm worrying about it, I'm anxious about it. Am I creating this feeling? The minute I'm worrying or anxious or creating tension from the outside, thinking about other people or even with the body, with my own body, then that is interest in that. That is not disinterest. So to have the clarity of interest is in others. Of course, you have to take care of the people like your family, you have to do your job, but the interest has to be in a soul conscious way, not in a body conscious way. A body conscious way will create tension, will create anxiety, will create competition, will create comparisons, will create sorrow, will create pain. That's a body conscious way of interest. The soul conscious way of interest is, this soul is right now in front of me. How can I? One is looking at the soul as a soul, the person as a soul, not as a body. And so the relationship there changes completely. When I look at that person as a soul, then I'm thinking of what kind of an energy do I want to pass on to this soul? How can I serve this soul in front of me? This soul is Baba's child. How does Baba want me to serve this soul in front of me right now? He's not my child. He's not my friend or whatever else. Not that bodily relation. The minute we create a bodily relation, then the body kind of interest goes into that relation, goes into that thought that I create, the feeling that I create. And the minute I'm doing that, I am depleting myself of energy. There is no connection with Baba, and I am not truly serving this soul who is in front of me. So I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do as a Brahmin soul who has the highest of high wisdom in the world, the highest of high knowledge of how to be, what to do in this time present time, right now, right here. Even when we are performing a task, what kind of an attitude, vritti, do I have? For example, if I'm cooking, Baba says, always remember me, give my light to the food. So, whatever Baba says, if I go deep down into it, I know that that is what is going to not only benefit me, but it's going to benefit everyone who's eating that food. Also, at that particular point of time, when I'm remembering Baba and giving that light to the food, that energy is also spreading in the environment, in the world. The whole attitude is, what am I also giving that particular food that I'm cooking? Dadis, someone was telling Dadi, and this I've heard in classes, many classes, Dadi Janki, but also with other Dadis, I have heard classes of other Dadis also, Prakashmani Dadi and all. Now, their whole attitude was to give. For example, someone went and they were telling Dadi, they were going somewhere with Dadi, and they said, they told Dadi, Dadi, such beautiful mountains and such beautiful trees, and nature is so beautiful. And so Daddy looked at her, and she said something like, oh, it's so happy to be here. So Daddy said, are you giving or are you taking? What she wanted to say was, when you are with nature, we go for a walk, we go on the beaches or in the parks and all. Are we giving nature or are we taking from nature? So you're taking the happiness from nature. Now we have been doing that for 2,500 years. We've been taking and taking and taking and taking. The sanskar of taking is so strong. But now that we know Baba, how much are we giving nature? We've been taking it for 5,000 years, isn't it, from nature? Now, what are we giving nature? Isn't it high time that we start giving nature? One, we can say thank you. Thank you to nature for taking care of us. Secondly, give Baba's light to nature. That's a way of thank you for till the end. I mean, because of all the oxygen that the trees give, the beauty of nature itself gives us so much happiness. So, what kind of an interest do I have in all of my actions? Am I having the interest of just taking every time from souls and nature, the elements, from animals, from birds? Am I just, this is a body conscious way of interest. And Baba says, create disinterest from this kind of an interest. Do you understand? What is unlimited disinterest? So with every thought, am I thinking of giving? Because one, the natural nature of the soul is to give. Just like the trees, they are giving. They are still in their natural state and they haven't forgotten it. They're giving. They're giving fruits, they're giving flowers, they're giving happiness, they're giving oxygen, they are giving shade, they're giving everything. So my natural state is also to give peace, to give love. So when I'm being that peace and being that love, I am giving. To give the powers to empower everyone. The reason why I'm interested in, suppose, in other souls also, is because at that point of time, I'm thinking of taking. I want respect. And so then I'm interested in what the person is saying, what the person is doing, because ultimately I want respect and love and the feeling of purity from that other person or many people. So Baba says now create disinterest from taking all this love and respect and everything from everyone else, whether it is your Lokik children, also treat them as souls. And now that we've found the supreme soul, the highest on high, take everything from him. I mean, it's not as if, Baba is so wise. He's the supreme intellect, the intellect of all intellects. Okay. And he knows that if he tells us, okay, don't try to take respect and love and all from him, don't go somewhere else. But he knows we need somewhere else to go and take it from. And so he says, come to me. Come to me. Don't go anywhere else. And now we have him, right? He's the one who gives everyone else in the world. So why do I need to go to anyone else? So I need to create this unlimited disinterest. And so understanding these two words, unlimited disinterest, I will only create it when I'm not taking from anywhere else except from Baba. That's the only way that I can, that's the only way that I can create this unlimited distance. And this is the only way that I can transform myself. Constantly, I can, and I mean, how do I reach this? One is practicing the soul conscious stage, which is the first chapter, which is there in every Murli. He's telling us, practice soul conscious, be the soul, be the soul, be the soul you are. Practice it, practice it, practice bodilessness. The minute you're attached to the body, the minute you are dependent on the body to give you anything, peace of mind, happiness of certain type, through your looks or whatever else, then you will also be dependent on relations, on elements, on things, possessions, everything else to give you happiness and peace of mind and security. Everything will be there. And this is all a temporary base of false base. So, getting back to our original self of the soul, practicing that constantly and creating relationships with Baba. Otherwise, the dependency on the other relationships, even on Brahmin souls, will be there. And so then the interest of what they think in me, what they feel about me, all that will be there. And that will pull you. That will pull the mind and the intellect. Again, we're not being with Baba. And Baba constantly tells us, create relationship with me. Create. He said, yesterday's Murali, was it yesterday's? All three relationships, father, teacher, Satguru. Everything, all these three relationships have to be experienced. Because you got everything from these three relationships. And till I'm not doing this, till I'm not practicing soul consciousness, till I'm not creating relationships and going into the depth of the relationships and feeling and getting the love from all these relationships with Baba, the love, the power that all these relationships give you, the feeling of security that all these relationships give you. This is absolute love. This is absolute security. This is absolute truth. This will help you to create disinterest, unlimited disinterest. Unlimited disinterest is power. Unlimited disinterest helps you to be much more loving and caring and giving. You can give and not get exhausted. You know, all the avyakt signals that are coming in every single day, harmonizing of sanskars. And he said, you have to give. No matter what. The whole world outside will tell you, no, 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 no. You have to take something also. You have to take from Baba, but you have to give everyone else. Till you're not practicing this unlimited disinterest, you know, all the things that are happening in the world and all also. What Brahma Baba did is, he used to read the newspapers, right? But he would mainly read the headlines to understand what's happening in the world so that he can use these points to do service. In the Murlis, he would then take out, this is happening here, that is happening here. That's the state of the world. If you would meet any VIP, then we could discuss it, you know, we could use that point as a service point. Not for me to get involved in it so much. Politics. Is it really important for me to get involved in it? What's the disinterest? You know, in the initial years of the Yagya, I mean, even when I took Gyan, Baba used to say, no voting. Now, there's a reason behind it. The minute you decide to vote for one party, you are then looking at all these, you want to justify yourself as to, because every karma you do, you will want to justify it as a right karma. And so then you will be looking at all the good qualities or what you think the good points of this party is, but you'll be also looking at the negative points of the other party so that you justify that this karma that you're going to be doing. This is not what we Brahmin souls are supposed to do. We're supposed to serve. It doesn't matter which political party it belongs to. You have to serve each and every soul because they are soul, they are all Baba's children. And so the disinterest in all these things, right? What is going to happen is going to happen. Drama is another point through which you can get unlimited disinterest. I mean, we have the wisdom of what is going to happen. Everything is going to get destroyed, whether it is India, whether it is Europe, Mediterranean, whether it's world war, natural calamities, whether it is in India, civil wars and natural calamities, it is going to happen. Even Madhaban is going to be destroyed. So where is this thing where we start talking? And I see BKs actually arguing about, oh, this party is better and that party, this politician or this president or this prime minister is great. No. Are these great, really? I mean, why are we creating this kind of a feeling for all these souls? The only feeling that we need to have, the only attitude that I need to have, the vritti, the attitude has to be the purest of pure, and that is to serve all these souls. Not by getting into politics of what's happening and what's not. And everything is going to, and which politician is going to help? Neither the scientists can help, neither can all these political leaders. I mean, what leadership qualities do they have? So unlimited disinterest in what's happening in the world, what's happening around you, You have to still look after your family. You have to look after the spiritual family. You have to look after your Lokik family, but as souls. Am I empowering them? If they're getting too much into waste, am I gently, lovingly guiding them to put a full stop to their thoughts? Not to get into too much worry, not to get into too much negativity about other people? That is unlimited disinterest, where I'm not looking at other person's negative sanskars or their negative behavior, but only looking at their pure qualities. Brahmin souls are selected by Baba. They have recognized Baba. They have recognized purity. They have understood all Baba's Gyan. It is a highly intellectual soul who can understand what soul is, who Baba is, what soul world is, and what drama is. We are highly intellectual people. And what Baba does is asks us to constantly use our intellect and make it more powerful and make it more powerful. Every Murli he wants, whatever he's saying is actually making our intellect much more powerful so that we can think more rationally and logically and use our intellect to the highest potential as a human being. Till now, we had blocked it. Now he is opening it. And one of the things he keeps on saying is unlimited disinterest, unlimited disinterest, unlimited. And with our intellect, we can see, yes, this is the sanskar of this person. This is the way he is. Fine. But he's also told us, look at the good qualities. And so the unlimited disinterest in his negative behavior, but having that pure wish for the soul that he will reach his pure level, his loving level, his powerful level, that is unlimited disinterest. So he clarifies it as to what should we have unlimited disinterest in it and what should we have interest in. Interest is where your mind and intellect will go. Yeah. How is interest created? What does interest mean? When you like to do something, no? If you like to do drawing, or if you like to cook, or if you like to do some IT work, hardware, software, programming, whatever, your mind and intellect is pulled towards it. You're constantly thinking about that. Right? Now, Baba tells us all these things, you do it as a soul. Connect with Baba and give that task, that love, that peace, and then do the task. Give Baba's love and peace to that task when you're performing it. And then that task would be beautiful. Disinterest in that task, that should not pull our mind and intellect. That task, how can I use it for service? That is what should pull. How can I get other souls more closer to Baba through this task? Should be my interest now. And then you'll see everything that you do, you'll do with a lot of love, because you want to pass on Baba's love to his children. And they will feel it. Without you saying a word, they will feel it. Sometimes when people come to you, maybe your children or grandchildren, your friends, and they are having some problems, Doesn't mean disinterest means you don't listen to them and, oh, there's all waste. No, not like that. You listen to them. You remember Baba, get Baba in middle. What does Baba want from you? Use your intellect. What does he want from you? If Baba were here, what would he do? With this child who's come to you, what would he do? He would give him a lot of love. He would empower the soul to get out of that sorrow feeling. Right? That is what we have to do. Doesn't mean that you have to say yes, yes, yes to everyone. No, that is not what it means. Unlimited disinterest is not feeling the sorrow that he's feeling, not taking that sorrow in. Oh, poor thing, what will he do now? And how will he face life and this and that? No. Empowering the soul. When we spiritually empower the soul, we're actually serving the soul. And with these spiritual powers, he will be able to deal with any challenge that he's facing currently. Best, give him Baba's light. Call Baba here, give him Baba's light. Look at him as a soul in the body and give him Baba's light, give him Baba's light. That's the best thing. But if you get involved in whatever he's going through, as in you start crying also, you start, oh, poor thing, poor thing. No one is poor thing. Everything is accurate in drama. You have to be detached. You have to be disinterested. And then you'll be able to help that soul in the right manner. Okay. Of course, there is so many more things to this. But constantly reminding yourself, this whole world is going to end. Everything within it is going to end. And so everything is drama going on. Everyone has their part to play. And my job as Baba's child is to give them Baba's powers, love, and peace. That's it. We cannot do anything more than that. And if we think otherwise, it's ego.